What's good, guys? All right, I'm back with a video because I've had a few requests, and I guess you can call it requests. I've had a few people who doesn't understand OBS, and they don't understand pretty much if we wanted to stream today, how we would get our video, our content, whatever it is, our gameplay, to actually transfer through so you guys out there can actually see what's going on. Well, guess what? I got the answers, and you know what? There's so many videos right here on social media, especially here on YouTube. People walk you through OBS all the time, or Streamlabs OBS, and guess what? There's always those certain little parts that they leave out, or when they describe the words, they make it sound super, super hard when it's really super, super simple, but I guess we could say complicated on top of it. I guess more confusing is where I'm trying to go. But guys, don't get confused. Stick around. I'm going to give you all the answers. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Join up with the Trippy gang today. Also, while you're at it, don't forget to drop a thumbs up on the video because we greatly appreciate all the views, all the likes, everything you guys do for us. Always remember, TrippyUp. Let's get started. All right, guys. So, I do not have intros right now. We'll get the intros back in a little bit. I'm still kind of redoing my computer. All right, so what I want you to do is, I just want you to go to Google. All right, I just want you to type in OBS Studio. All right, so as soon as OBS Studio comes up, you're going to see this, okay? Yes, my face cam is in the way with a little bit of it, but you're not missing anything. All right, so right here it says Open Broadcaster Software OBS. All right, that you want to click on that, and then it's going to bring you to this window right here. It's going to say OBS Studio. The latest release is 26.1. It come out on December the 14th, which means they had an update then. All right, so I don't know what kind of computer you're on. Some people are on, Windows, which is what I use for my home PC because I have a gaming PC. And I run a 2070 card. So, and then you've got the Mac OS 10.13 Plus right here. I know nothing about Mac computers. I just know that at one point in time, my little girl wanted one, and that's the only thing I really know about Mac computers. I own a Mac phone. I own a bunch of Mac tablets, but I know nothing about a Mac laptop, I guess. Linux is another version that you can add to it. I'll tell you where I used Linux before. I bought a Google Chrome laptop, and I ended up having to go to the bottom and turn on the Linux in order to be able to download certain things like, like for Google Chrome stuff, I was able to get Google Chrome, but I needed to download like a certain type of editor program to be able to like edit my videos. And during that time, I had to go and, work on some Linux stuff to get it to transfer through. So that's like a totally different story. So what you want to click on is Windows, okay? I'm not going to click on it because I already have it, of course, because that's how I'm talking to you guys. So go ahead and click on the Windows one or Mac or Linux, whatever one you have, okay? If you got a regular PC at home, like a gaming PC that's got Windows 8, 8.1, or 10, then please go ahead and click on Windows for me. All right, so once that happens, this is what you're going to see. All right, so let me drag this over. As you see down here at the bottom, I am recording right here, okay? So this is how we are communicating. And you're probably thinking, Trippy, why do I see like 100 of you? Guys, you see this? All right, so it's going all the way out through the computer. Do you see it? My arm is like moving in all kinds of locations. But this is normal because this is called a desktop display, okay? So this is where my desktop is actually, the display of it is being captured. And what I mean by that is everything that I'm doing is just pretty much being captured and captured and captured. It goes on and on. All right, so what happens with that is, let me move my microphone down. All right, so what happens is down here at the bottom, you're going to see scenes, which is right here, and you're also going to see sources. Now, yours may not look as long as this. Sometimes it just looks like that. Or we can go to settings, and right here where it says dark mode, we can literally, just change it over. I don't even know what half of these are, but it changes the colors. Now, guys, if you're into the color mode, hey, go for it, okay? Change it to suit it. This reminds me of like So 1994. I don't like that, whole color setup, but whatever you like. All right, so then you'll just click apply. Guys, you got to make sure that you always use apply at the right corner for everything that you do. If not, guess what? It's not going to stay. All right, so this over here, you're probably wondering, Trippy, what is this and what is this? This is something that's called OBS.live. I'll do another video on that another day that just keeps up with the people that are following you on social media. You know, you get your music player over here. So we'll talk about that in a different video. If you want to see that video, go ahead and smack a thumbs up for me and leave a comment below letting me know you want to see OBS.live. All right. Now, down here where it says scenes, what I mean by scenes is game mode is going to be, you can rename it anything you want by right-clicking on it. It's probably going to say like scene down there, so you can go right here and rename it. Doesn't matter. Now, let's talk about mine. I just put game mode so I would know like this is my main page, okay? It's where I'm gaming from. Like right now, it's where I'm streaming from or recording. Now, what you would want to do is on game mode, you got to figure out everything that you want to appear on the screen during game mode. I don't want to confuse nobody, so let's take it one step at a time, okay? The video may be a little bit longer, but it's okay. All right, so game mode. Of course, I want my camera to be on there, as you all see me. All right, and I want to put my camera overlay, which is my little banner. Y'all see my banner going around it right here? All right, so I like that. Now, let's say that I want to, let me find it. All right, okay, you guys have seen my new logo that Jim Bruh made me. There it is. All right, so now I want all of this to be on there because, why? I'm going to stream, and I just want people to see that I got that cool logo right there. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, why not? All right, so we got all of that. Now, what you're going to do on your game mode, you're going to go through here and decide exactly what you want. But how you get this is, number one, on game mode, you've got to have your microphone because, of course, you want people to hear you. If you got a camera, you want your camera to be up there. Why? So people can see you. All right, so make sure you click on the plus sign. For your audio input, you know, like most of you guys, now I run a Go XLR and I run a professional. This is like a $400 microphone. Does not matter what kind of microphone you guys have, okay? It doesn't. If you got a $10 microphone from Walmart, perfectly fine, okay? Doesn't matter. All right, you're just going to click audio input. All right, and I'm going to add it, but I'm not going to keep it. Now, I've got all of mine in folders over here, so if you're probably like, why does it look like that? Yours will look totally different unless you build folders. I build folders, that way I can just keep everything organized. We'll talk about that in a minute. So you're going to add audio input, and up here at the top, it's going to say broadcast stream mix. That's what mine says because I have a Go XLR. Yours will not say that unless you're running a Go XLR. Then you've got line in, you got sample, you got chat mic. You will see your microphone listed in this area. If you do not, then I would run it at default, okay? I'm going to hit cancel on that. So, there you go. You've got your microphone added. Now, if you want to run speakers, then you would run audio output, okay? So we get audio output up here, and then this is actually going to be, now mine would be System TC Helicon, but reason being is I'm not using speakers or anything on my PC at the moment because my wife is in the process of trying to get me some different speakers just because I don't like the ones I have. They hook up two different ways, they leave an echo and a squeal, and it's just something that I don't want to get into. So if you start to hear a squeal or an echo whenever you put it in, you may want to reconsider pulling that off. Now what happens is after you choose your speakers, you're actually going to come down here to the eye, and you're actually going to keep it closed. So my personal opinion, I would not add an audio output. Leave that off the list unless you really, really need it, okay? All right, the next thing that we're going to do is, of course, you've got to get your camera. So before we do that, though, we have to get a display capture, okay? I'm not going to click it because, of course, it's going to show everything. But click on display capture. Display capture is going to give you what you see right here, okay? If you have more than one monitor, let's talk about it. Once you do display capture, if it's on this screen right here, you're literally going to see, I call it 1,000 other pictures. Remember this? All right, there's the wave. Now, if you drag it to the next monitor, it's actually going to pick up what's on this monitor. Do you see this? All right, this is my original background right now at the moment on my PC. This is what you see. So what you want to do is when you get OBS, you know, uploaded and all that, you literally want to move it to your next monitor so you can work on it, okay? I'm going to bring it back so I can talk to you guys on what's happening. All right, so you'll pull it to the next monitor to be able to get those 1,000 images off. Now, the next thing you want to do is we've got your camera. We've got, you know, your microphone. That's the two main things that you need. The next thing that we're going to do is if you have a capture card and you want to stream from your console, which is PS5, 4, Xbox, etc., then even a Switch, what you would need to do is you would need to add another video capture, okay? So when you add video captures, I think I missed this part. Video capture is for, let's just bring it up. Video capture will bring up your camera. Like right now, this right here is my actual PlayStation 5, okay? So we got the HD60, and if you want to set it up, like we put it on custom, all right, so then the resolution, of course, is 1920 by 1080, and then we're going to run our frames at 60, okay? So you want to bring this, you know, we can do it like highest frames per second, and then we're going to click OK. Now, what this is showing you guys is, yes, you cannot see me. But the reason you can't see me is because my video capture is all the way at the top. But watch this. I'm going to grab a hold of this. I'm literally going to pull it down. There it is. All right, now let me talk to you about what I did. Okay, let me go turn off this, because I know this can be confusing. But that's how you do it. You'll just add another video capture if you're wanting to... actually, oh, let me delete this one. Hang on. So you're gonna 2 seconds, remove. All right, I already had 2 of those up there. So if you want your PS5 to come up, like I said, add another video capture and it'll come up. You'll probably see 1,000 of them like this. Reason being that you're seeing this is because I have it on the monitor that shows 1,000 different views. Now, if I drag it over, all right, if we drag it over, and then we just pull it up. Sometimes, guys, you may have to grab a hold of this stuff and pull it up because it may not actually fit. Okay, so now we got to go in and resize it. All right, we're going to custom it. We're going to make it 1920 by 1080. And we're going to do highest frames per second. We'll click OK. All right, so now we have that. We're going to bring it down here underneath camera. There it is. So you can see me. And what I mean by that is, okay, now is when I'm going to go back and turn this off. All right, so let's come back over here with this. And I've probably confused you guys, but I promise you, it's really simple. All right. Now, I got my video capture. Like I said, the reason mine says Elgato PS5 is I've right-clicked on it and I've renamed it, okay? So we'll keep the console out of it, okay? Pretend we're just doing this straight from a computer. If you're streaming straight from a computer, you do not need a capture card because your graphic card should be strong enough to pull it depending what your graphic card is. Some graphic cards will cause you to be laggy and choppy, but it's just because they're a lower grade, so it's okay. All right, next thing you want to do is make sure you got your camera. You've got to have a display capture. Let that be your number one thing you add because this is your whole display capture, okay? It allows us, remember, to see. Now, make sure you add your camera. And if you have a camera overlay, you can buy these from own.tv. You can get free ones over at visualsbyimpulse.com. You can get all kinds of things. So just go out there. You can even search on Google for, you know, free camera overlays. There's tons of them that are free, so don't spend money on them, guys. This one here was totally free. Or if you got a friend that can make it. All right, so like I have a little heartbeat thing here. See, you can add whatever you want to it. Doesn't matter. And this is actually a little GIF, so it doesn't matter. All right, there's my logo. And then I've got my folders right here. Now, in my folder, I can close it. And what the folder means is this is just everything that is inside of my like video source, okay? So like we can close that. We can open it. So like camera. All right, we got the camera in there now. So if we open it up, see, you got my camera, Elgato, whatever. So anything related to video, I've put it in that folder to make everything short and see I can keep up with it here. So like game capture and all that is turned off. Some people run game capture. And what game capture is going to allow is if I had game capture turned on instead of display capture, then let's say that someone sent me a message on Facebook and I had it connected to my computer. If I was running game capture, you guys would not see that. Reason being is, only thing it's going to capture is a game. So if the game pops up or it reloads or it does this or that, then that's exactly what you guys will see. Other than that, you'll never see anything on display. I run display because I don't got anything to hide, so it doesn't matter. All right. Now let's move on to, I got to get rid of this audio output. We're going to remove it. All right, there we go. Let's see. All right, that's that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this that I put on there because I use the broadcast stream mix, like I said. All right, so the rest of this stuff is stuff that we can talk about later on, okay? So now you've got your scenes, all right? So which is your, whatever you want to name it, game mode, main page, whatever. All right, you got your sources. Only thing you got to have is a display capture. You've got to have your audio input, and let's see. All right, so you got display capture. You've got audio input, and let's pull it up like this. All right, you guys need audio input. And if you want to run game capture, that's up to you. If you've got stuff like notifications that pop up, then it's probably best you run game capture. So you need display capture, audio input. Just go ahead and add game capture to be safe. While you're not using it, make sure that you come right here and you close out the eye. What I mean by that is make sure it's got a line going through it. All right, so, and then you're going to come down to video capture. Video capture is actually going to give you your actual camera right here that we're looking at, okay? Now, if you was to, now my camera's, everything's backwards here because the way I moved it, okay? So let's say here, let's go into video and take the camera and move it down. There we go. Let's see if that works. There we go. Now that's what I wanted to show you guys. If you turn it on and you notice like, okay, Trippy, like my camera overlay, you know, which is my little picture frame, it's behind my actual picture, you know, like my camera, or my logo is sitting behind my camera. All you got to do is come right here, guys, you know, highlight these in blue and just move it. See, look, I'm gonna put this one over top of that. It doesn't matter which way you do it. See, you can just drag it over, and what that does is sometimes, like when you load things up, they're gonna be hidden behind the next one. So just make sure you grab it, pull it in front of the other one, okay? All right, I feel like I've rambled on right here in areas that we probably shouldn't have talked about, but I wanted to throw it out there to you guys. So this is where you'll go in and you'll add anything you want. Now, if you have a video that's continuing to like repeat, like whatever, like starting now, and you got like a timer or something on it, you would want to use media source for that because it's called a loop. Like we'll pull it up. Right here, it's called a loop, and you want to click on loop. That way it makes that video continue to play over and over. But that's only if you need that video to play over and over. If you do not, then of course I would not worry about it at all. All right, now what I need you to do over here, you're going to come to audio mixer. Now as you see, I've got my camera and I've got my broadcast stream mix. If you have a camera that has a how do I say this? I guess like a microphone built into it, like mine. It has a microphone built into it. Half the time, you don't even know your camera has a microphone built into it. So what I would do is, of course, you want to make sure right here that you actually have your camera muted. If not, what's going to happen? You're going to get an echo on stream. So what I would advise you to do is, we'll minimize this. Actually, all right, I'm going to keep that up. What we're going to do is you're going to come down here to where your speaker is, and you're going to right click it, open sound settings. All right, so when this happens, you want to make it pop up big, go to sound control panel over on the right, and then come down through here and make sure that everything is disabled except the one that you're using, okay? And this one here, of course, is my system. Now that is actually like my speaker wise, okay? So this is speakers. Make sure that all of this is set up to only what you're using, no matter what, guys, even if you're not in OBS. Then you want to come down through here and check your microphone. Like I said, this is the what you hear, and this is what goes out. So come down through here and, like, for example, see, I'm talking right now. So that means my TC, Helicon, sample, chat mic, and broadcast, all three are talking, but they all three have to because they are connected that way, okay? Make sure you click apply if you need to, and then click OK. And then you want to check right here, make sure your output is whatever, like we talked about. It's either default or it's your speakers, you know, whatever you're hearing sound from, maybe your headphones, choose that. Then come right here, choose your input. This is going to be the microphone that you are speaking through. So make sure that you got all that, you know, correct. Close that out. All right, when you're done there, like I said, just make sure no matter what, even if you've already got it taken off in the sound settings, go ahead and mute your camera right here. The next thing that you'll have is your microphone. You know, like, it just doesn't matter what all you have right here. Just make sure that the only thing that is producing sound is your microphone that you're speaking through, okay? Anyways, and you want to test it, and the way that you can do it is like right here where I'm doing recording, you can actually record it and it will send it over to files. Like you can click right here and you can go through your files and actually, you know, find exactly where you downloaded it to, and you can record it over and over and listen to yourself until you know that you've got your sound right, okay? So this blue bar right here, you're going to be able to move it up and down, and that's going to make your volume higher, lower. So that's what your actual chat or like your stream right now, like you guys are hearing exactly the level that I have it sitting at. Now, if you're over here in the red, which I could probably scream and hit the red and we're not. So if you're in the red, you're absolutely too loud. If you're in the middle, like where I'm at of the yellow, you're pretty much, you know, at a higher note, decent, whatever. And if you're in green, of course, you're good. So you know how it is. Green means go. Yellow on here would be like, hey, slow down, take it easy, don't get too loud. And red is like, stop. You're absolutely blowing everybody's ears. So just kind of set it up to the way that you would want your stream to be. I watch some people sometimes, they're so freaking loud that I can't watch them on Twitch. So just make sure you don't turn it up too high. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is settings. Settings is the top number one thing that you need to make sure that you absolutely set up, okay? All right, so on your settings, you're going to come to general. And like I said, for your theme or whatever you're using, dark is usually the one that, you know, you want to use. It's actually default, you know, all that. So it's pretty much the best one because all the other ones are like so 1920 ago, but it's your opinion. Right through here, you usually don't have to check anything, but I will leave this up for just a second so you can make sure that yours is pretty much similar to mine, that you have the same thing. So just go through and look at the little check boxes. But like I said, not everybody's computer is going to be the same, guys. All right, I'm trying to go through this a little slower. All right, so there's all of that. Get all that checked. If you need to, just pause the video. All right, now let's go over to stream. Stream right here, no matter if you want to be on Twitch, YouTube, and then you got RTMPS and RTMPS beta. So one of those is going to like, how do I say this? One of those is going to make you kind of like have a delay. So if you want your response time, your bit rate to come in and push it through like right then, or if you want it to be everybody's watching you and they don't get the reply, the response to like 10, 15 seconds later, then you would choose the beta. That's my best way of describing it. I really don't know how to. So if you're going to do YouTube, make sure you choose the first one if your computer can handle it. Now, Twitch, Facebook, all of that, choose which one that you're going to go live on. Server, all right, you're going to come right here and you can choose to where, you know, like mine says Atlanta, Georgia, Ashburn, Virginia, Chicago, Illinois, Miami, Florida. You got Houston, Texas, Dallas, and Toronto, Canada. So here's the thing. You could choose one of those, but I'll be honest with you. Auto recommended is what you need to keep it on. Why would you not want to leave it on recommended? Because it actually chooses what's best for you. If you want to choose your own, go ahead. All right, now you can come down here. There'll be another spot that tells you to add a stream key. You can actually go ahead now and auto connect your stream key from Twitch. It'll automatically keep it saved right here and you don't have to go add it every single time you stream. We used to have to do that. We used to have to go copy and paste the stream key. Now we don't. So just go ahead and connect your account. I think this is for Twitch. I don't think YouTube has one yet. I could be wrong. But anyways, go ahead and do that. Twitch chat add-ons, we'll talk about that another day. So just leave all of that. Now make sure you read this. Maximum video bit rate is 6,000. Your maximum audio bit rate is 320. Okay. Make sure that you do not blow this out of the water. Okay. I'll show you what I mean. Now come over here to your output. Okay. On output mode, you're going to run it at the top up here. Make sure that it's on advanced. Some of them say simple, I think. Do not do that. Run it at advanced and make sure that you're on audio track 1. And then come down here to your encoder and make sure, guys, that if you have NVIDIA inside of your PC, please, this is your graphic card. Please use the NVIDIA one. If you have, you know, the other ones, I can't even think of what they're like, or they call it Ryzen or something. If you have all the other stuff, then, you know, if your computer can do it, then you can run it at the H.264. I don't recommend it. I recommend using NVIDIA if you have it. Rescale output, make sure it runs at 1920 by 1080 or whatever your output is, okay? Do not check that box for nothing. Your rate control needs to be at CBR. Now, your bit rate can, like I said, can go all the way up to 6,000 kbps. Now, Guys, that is really, really high. But if you have some amazing internet and you know you can push it without a doubt, then you know what? Run it up there. So your bit rate is going to be, you're not going to be lagged behind or, like a late reaction. It's going to travel just like that to the stream wherever you're streaming at. People will see you very quickly just like that. So I run mine about 4,500. Sometimes I run it at 5,000. Just really depends, okay? So your keyframe, make sure you run it at 2. Now, guys, if you have weak internet, I would suggest you running this at like 2,000 or 2,500, okay? Because it's going to be really hard on you if you don't. Make sure you always plug in an Ethernet cable to the back of your PC. Don't run just wireless internet. You want to run hard cable. All right, so you've got your number 2 here. Now, you can run this. This will usually come at quality. So if you think your computer can push max quality, go ahead and run it up to max quality. All right, your profile, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that it stays on high. Make sure you check look ahead and psycho-visual tuning. Both of these need to be checked. GPU is going to be at 0 and your max B frames will be at 2. Come up here and click on your recording. This is exactly where we're at right now. I can't change nothing, but make sure that it's at a standard type. And then your recording path, make sure that you set up a folder. So this is like right now with me recording this means that this is actually going to be over on, my C folder, under my OneDrive, under my desktop OBS recordings. You can name the folder, do whatever you want to do. That way you'll know where to keep up with all of your recordings. So that's all this is telling you. All right, so make sure that your recording format's MKV, audio track 1. Your encoder, again, is your NVIDIA graphic card. Rescale output, 1920 by 1080. Your rate control, CBR. Your bit rate, now you do not have to run your recording bit rate as high. I did, but hey, you can drop it down, 2,500, 3,000, just depends, whatever you guys like. All right, keyframe needs to be 0, preset, max quality, profile high, and then psycho-visual tuning. Do not check look ahead on recording, okay? GPU is 0, max B frames, 2. Should be good to go. Make sure you click apply at the bottom. Up here at audio, this is just, you're showing your bit rate and everything that's coming out right now. So this should be like around 160 if you guys want to set that up. Your replay buffer, of course, just leave it alone. Let's go to audio. Your sample rate should be at 48 kilohertz. I think that's how they say it. Channel needs to be at stereo. All right. Now on my, yours, it's going to look different than mine because I have like desktop audio disabled, all of that, because mine comes through, once again, my Go XLR. So what you're going to do is for your desktop audio, make sure you click on it and you're going to choose whatever speakers. Mine would be system. Okay. Choose whatever speakers, headphones, whatever you're listening through. And then you want to come down to mic auxiliary audio, the first one. Okay. And then this one here, desktop audio 2, will be disabled, and the rest of these will stay disabled. Unless, like I said, you're using a Go XLR. If you're using a Go XLR, reach out to me. I'll do a different video showing you how to actually get that going. All right, so your mic auxiliary is going to be, mine would be chat, but yours is going to be whatever microphone you're talking through. This is what I would recommend. If you are a gamer and you're streaming, you got your headset with your microphone, I would recommend getting another microphone. Does not have to be this one. Like I said, can be a little small desktop, stand-up one, whatever. And I would recommend you plugging it into your computer. This way you can talk and chat up here, and the microphone on your desk, like this one, can be what you guys hear. So, and then you can mute your mic, like put this on mute if you're talking to them. That way they don't have to hear everything you're saying to your chat, because most people don't like that stuff. And it would be a lot easier. So if you can get an extra microphone, that's what I would recommend. All right, the rest of this, just kind of leave it like it is, There's there's nothing on here as far as on my end. Now, these are just hotkeys. You can read them. If you want to set up hotkeys, that's perfectly fine. All right, your video. Your base canvas resolution, 1920 by 1080, or whatever monitor size you're using, okay? And your output scaled resolution. Now, if your computer can push 1920 by 1080 and you got a higher graphic card, I would absolutely run it, okay? If you cannot push it and you've kind of got like a lower card, then I would recommend you putting it on 1280 by 720. Those are the best ones to run it at. Sometimes people are watching you and they'll say, hey, you're just buffing on my end. I can't watch you. That's because they're watching you from a cell phone or a laptop, and the resolution is not 1920 by 1080. They're only picking up 1280 by 720. So it's hard for them to be able to actually see what you're doing. and it'll just keep buffering. So that's kind of up to you on what you think your computer can push. Your downscale filter needs to be at this Lanczos, I don't know how they say it, sharpening scale. You want the sharpest scales coming through with 36 samples. Leave it on that. Your common frames per second, of course, 60 frames per second. If you've got a lower PC, then you can drop it to 30. But if you can push it, I would recommend you putting that on 60. Here's where you can set your hotkeys. For example, if you do not have a Stream Deck, which you can download Elgato Stream Deck on your phone for $3 a month. Your first 30 days will be free. I recommend doing a Stream Deck. Totally, it's the best thing you'll ever get. If you're wondering what a Stream Deck is, I'll show you in just a second. But right here, stream starting and stopping, you could just put like the letter A. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever key you don't use during gameplay, because it'll cut it off. You know, or there's the number 8. So number 8 is going to make your stream start. Number 9 would make it stop, you know, or actually I think they're going to be the same. Doesn't matter either or. Go down there. If you want to set hotkeys, go for it. That's all that's for. If you can't afford a Stream Deck right now, hey, go ahead. Your advanced, you can kind of look at mine, but this is probably going to be totally different due to we have different PCs. All right, but just go through it kind of slow. There you go. You guys can see that. Now, let's close out. Don't forget to hit apply at the bottom. All right, I'm going to hit cancel and close all of that out. Now, I want to show you what a Stream Deck does. But I'm going to move this over here. As you all see, I'm still here, and the picture on the background. Now I'm going to show you. You won't be able to hear me because I don't have a microphone connected to that scene, but I want to show you. All right, now those are scenes, okay? And I do that straight from my Stream Deck, and it's real simple and real quick. But here's the thing. Like I said, you can buy a Stream Deck on your phone for $3 a month, get the first 30 days free, and it's in the App Store or, you know, the Google Play Store, either one. So now we got to come back over here, and what you want to do is, if you want to set that up, then right here underneath scenes, you'll make another. All right. So if you click on starting, then like I just said, that I don't know if you guys were able to hear me because I think it cut my mic off. But starting, you know, like when you click right here on the plus sign, it pops up and says, you know, enter the name of your scene. You could type in starting and it would let everybody, you know, or yourself, your family, whoever's doing it, let them know that this is my starting page when I get ready to stream. All right. And then if you were on, let's say if you click on this, I'm not going to click on it because it'll cut my volume off. So if we click on starting, it's going to come up and leave an empty page. Let me show you. All right, so right there where I was moving my mouse to show you, that box was empty that looks like this. So then you would come over here and you would click on add, and then you would click on add image. Okay, then you could rename this whatever you want. You know, you could put starting now, but they have to be different, you know, because if not, the computer won't let you. All right, and then when you get right here, browse. All right, so let's just say we'll go to downloads, and we'll click that. All right, so this right here is actually a picture that I added this morning for my YouTube, if you guys saw that video. So if you'll just grab a hold of this, you can actually shrink it. You want to make it the same size as your actual, you know, display. So there we go. We got it up there, and then we're going to bring it right here. Now, as you see, it is too big. I'm sorry, too small. So then you can level it out, put it in the middle, grab this up. You always want everything to fit inside of the box. All right, drag it down just a little bit. There it is. Okay, now it's like dead center for you. Everything, you know, looks perfect. Now, if you want to get rid of that image, now just keep in mind, when you click on starting over here on the left, it's going to show that image because that's the image that you have listed underneath starting. All right, so let's remove it. So just keep in mind, that's how you add scenes. It doesn't matter if it's starting, ending, or if you want a GIF to run across, anything funny, whatever. You would automatically add the scene, and then add it over here, okay? So if it's anything that's got sound to it, like an intro, which you can go to panzoid.com and make free intros. So if you actually make an intro, don't forget to come over to your audio mixer to anything that's got sound and make sure that you turn it down by moving the little blue line. If not, you're going to blow everybody's ears. Guys, I hope this has been very helpful to each and every person. I've tried my best to give you all the tips that I know of. Like I said, if you have any problems, feel free to hit me up over on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, wherever. All of my information is always in the link, the description below. So feel free to, follow me on my social medias. That way that you can communicate with me. I'll help you anytime I can. If I don't respond back right then, just be patient. Give me a little bit of time to respond back to you. But I promise we'll be on the same page. Guys, y'all have a great day. Be blessed. Be safe. Be kind to one another. And as always, guys, what is it I tell you? Hey, don't forget to Trippy Up, guys. All right. I'll see you guys again very soon in the next